What's going on, YouTube? GraveCinder here, and welcome to episode 4 of season 4. So, here we are. I've done a little bit of work in between episodes. I'm sure you already noticed a couple of changes. So, let's dive right in. We are at 35,000 in population. Nope, just kidding. We have 35,000 in the bank. We have about 3,500 coming in per week. We have 3,500-ish in population. We have a huge demand for residential, a little bit of commercial, and even less industrial, which is going to change once we zone more of that residential. But let me show you what I guys did in between episodes. So if we come and take a look over here, first and foremost, I have converted our water supply to water towers, and later on we are going to replace these with the larger ones, which I believe we unlock at 16,000 in population. And then I added more wind turbines. I kind of did a little bit of a creative design here. So how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 wind turbines. I kind of fenced them in with the farming fence, which I think looks pretty nice. And later on, I think once we unlock the earthquake sensors, we're going to put those little boxes in there. That way it looks like a service box for this particular, or for the wind turbines. And then I provided a pathway going through with some openings through all of the fencing here. Whoa. Just to make it look a little bit more unique. A couple of trees here and there. And there you have it. Additionally, fencing kind of went in everywhere. So I've got it all over, kind of fenced everything in. I took out these street lights that we had right here. Came through here. Add a little bit of a decor touch. Just a rock and some trees. Went all the way around. Came through here. Fenced everything in. And I kind of stopped with the fencing right here because I'm not sure if we're keeping this road or not. Fencing continues along this way. And that's that. Over here, I expanded our commercial block just by another 3 full blocks. I changed up the road over here to a 2-lane road because this is where the main town road is going to end. The 4-lane road, the main town road. And additionally, I made this one full district. So I mentioned in the last episode that I would do that. I did end up doing it, as you guys can see. But I kind of don't like this big old district name over here. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I showed you guys in the last episode. I don't think I did, so I'll show it to you in this one. And apologies if it is being repetitive. But there's a way to kind of sort of hide the district names. And what you gotta do is you gotta select whichever district you have. So I already did it on this one. So we'll select this one right here. We'll go into rename, delete the name, and just put a little dot in it. Period. Save, and voila. No more annoying district names. So quick little tip there for you if you guys didn't know. And while I was putting all of this in, we achieved level 2 in our farming industry. So before we do anything else, I'm actually going to put the game on 2 speed just so we can gain a little bit of money, because we're going to have to build a bunch of roads. So let's select the Barlow Grove over here. We are at level 2. We are bringing in about $500 per week. We're decent count on workers. We're over our level for where we need to be as far as production. So I think as soon as we put in more processor and extractor buildings, we'll kind of get to that that third level. But yeah, level 2, and then let's take a look in and see what we unlock. So first off, we have the Farm Workers Barracks. This is kind of a cool building. It increases work efficiency by 5% up to the maximum of 100%. We do have a couple of additional processor buildings unlocked. We have a flour mill, we have the cattle shed, and we have a small barn as well. So the flour mill and the cattle shed. So flour mill, real quick, let's touch on this one. It inputs crops, which means that all of these crop fields, as well as these regular farming fields, are producing crops or raw materials, which pretty much are crops. And the flour mill is turning it into flour. So we'll find a place for this. They do pollute, though. They pollute. So flour mill pollutes. So does the cattle shed. They both have a pollution of what, 20? Yeah, 20. However, the cattle shed takes crops as well and produces it into animal products. So we're going to be producing two things once we add the flour mill. So we already have animal products. We're going to be producing some flour as well. So I am going to place those. I don't know exactly where yet. I think we're going to hold off for a little bit. I'm going to hold off on putting in, I think I'm going to hold off on putting in additional crop fields until we unlock the medium ones, and then later on the large ones too, because I like these more. But I think before we do any of that, we should do some zoning, right? So I want to start over here. I really want to see what it's gonna look like. I want to put in some regular farming right there, and I think we can get away. Yeah, we'll do not that one. So we'll zone all this, and I think we should be able to transfer power as soon as something zones over here. So I don't think there should be an issue there. So next up, we are going to have to come through here and put in a bunch of residential. And I think we're going to go with the same type of design that we did over here. So no grids except for the commercial and a little bit of farming here. But I'm gonna stay away from grids on this tile. Over here, probably a different story. But here, let's stay away from it. So, I don't know. Let's freeform our way through here. So what if we do something like this and kind of bring it, just all the way down here, and maybe an additional road that kind of curves at a bigger angle here, circles a little bit more through here, just enough room right here in this area to zone full-size homes, and then perhaps we can follow the river here as well, kind of like we did on the other side, and maybe come through there. Not sure if that's gonna stay, but this over here I like. Couple of snake roads, and I'm also thinking that maybe we'll do that right there. Then connect that. The reason I did this is because I'd like to have some schools here. There we go. That looks a little bit nicer. Then we'll come and you know what? We can just create a couple of straight roads right here. go, something like that. And here's a neat little trick for you guys. If you really wanted to have kind of cul-de-sac looking areas in your city, you can do that. All you got to do is upgrade the tip of the road to a 4-lane road, and it kind of gives you that cul-de-sac look. But what really sucks about it is that you can't zone anything up top, right? And it doesn't matter that here currently we don't have enough room. It wouldn't show up regardless. So that's kind of a way that you can build cul-de-sacs on console. The other way you can do it is, I mean, just by putting in the smallest possible roundabout that you absolutely can. Come on. And that's by the distance of 1. But, I mean, you guys can already tell from the other side, you can't really zone much on this. I mean, you know what? We'll leave it. We'll leave both sides and see what it looks like. So experiment, quick little experiment over here. We'll come back to it once we zone and see what that looks like. And I think water is going to be a concern over here as well. And you know what? I think because we have enough money right now, why don't we just fill everything in? That way we don't have to worry about it again. And if you guys are watching in a dark setting, this white screen is not bugging your eyes. I know a lot of times I watch videos before bed. And I keep having to mute my mic. I've got a tickle in my throat that won't go away. It's really annoying. But okay, back to zoning. So let's put something, or not zoning, but building. Put something like that right in there. We can extend you a little bit out. I think that area right there is pretty much filled in. We're gonna need an additional connection, say right in there. So if we do something like that and maybe run one, yeah, that should be fine. One over here should be fine as well. Not loving it thus far, but well, it is what it is. We've spent a lot of money on it already. So it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to change it up, but let's go ahead and start putting in some residential so I can get rid of that demand, because it's getting kind of annoying. And I am going to put the game on 3 speed as well. And yes, let's zone the cul-de-sac as well. And we'll zone this one too. And that's where we'll stop. So I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna dezone that, and I'm gonna dezone this. I only want to see the homes inside of the cul-de-sac and on the sides of the cul-de-sac. So let's see what that ends up looking like. Commercial wise, thank you for the reminder in the previous episode. I did forget to upgrade these pathways right here. However, nobody mentioned this one. So got that one too. And then over here, we're gonna do the same setup. So we'll put that there, go all the way down. that there, and that there. A little bit repetitive, but I'm okay with that because this is more of a simple side of town. And yeah, 100% okay with that. We'll zone those two for now, and let's take a look over here. We have power. Everything is looking really nice. What I'm thinking about doing over here maybe is putting in one of those warehouses. No, not warehouses, barns. Barns. No, that's the cattle shed. This one right here. The small barn. So maybe... Oof. That really messed up the terrain. But that's okay. No problem. If we have to move it down the road for something else, we will. But I do want additional places to store our goods, crops, and whatnot. And I'm thinking, yeah, we're approaching the next milestone of 4,600. We'll get some new policies, tourism specialization, new roads, which I'm excited for, and a couple of other things that we'll get into. And looks like we have a little bit of a water issue here. Just in case. And there we go, coming together. Once all of this fills in right here, we are going to fill it in with trees, and I feel like we could do something here. And what is it that we can put in here? I don't really want to do a park, but I might have to do a park. I don't know. I'm gonna give that some thought. Let's get the zoning in first. And why are we? Oh, there we go. All right. All right. Well, since that's the first thing that's being zoned, let's hang out and take a look and see what it looks like. I actually don't hate it. I do agree that a home is missing up at the top right here, but I kind of like it. I do. Maybe instead of a home up here, put in a couple of trees. I don't know, but we are going to keep this one. I like it. Don't love it. I like it. I'll leave it at that. We'll see what this one looks like once that area fills in. So we do have this additional demand for farming, and I think we're safe to zone on the outside over here as well. So we're going to do that. And here we have all of the trucks trying to fill in the small barn. Oh, so by the way, here you have a couple of storage modes. You can set these barns, silos, and warehouses on. So balanced means just that. It's balanced. It's gonna import and export as needed. Fill, that means that you just want to fill everything in and leave it. And empty, so if you have it on fill and you want to empty it out, so deliver all the goods, sell all the goods, whatever it is, you set it to empty. I like to leave mine at balanced. It's kind of like one of those set it and forget it type of deals. Not sure what you would want or why you would want to fill and then empty at a later date, but I leave it on balanced. Set it and forget it, which is what I like about it. And I'm also thinking that we can come through here and zone a little bit more like that, and then just a couple, actually just one right there. Wow, that one popped up real quick. I'll do it. I'll do it and see what happens. I wasn't initially going to zone anything on this side. I was going to leave it blank, but we have the demand, and I'm kind of running out of options of where to zone things. So we'll leave that as it is, and let's come over here. So here's our roundabout cul-de-sac, and I've got to say I like this one more. I do. Once we unlock the 2-lane road with grass, I think it would be perfect. I think it would. Huh. We're almost there, though. We are almost there. We just have to zone a little bit more. I'm going to leave them... I'm going to leave them all by themselves. I want to get to that 4,600 population, and then upgrade the road and see what it looks like. And I think that should be enough to get us there. A little bit of a fire. Fire department's on it already. Thanks, fella. The essential workers. And I still don't know what I want to put here, by the way. Maybe you guys can help me out. I'm going to put a poll, and you should be able to see it popping up right about now. Should we put in one of two things? A regular, hold on, we'll get to that milestone. A regular park, or like a design kind of like this, but just do some regular pathways and whatever, something creative. Or do a nature reserve park, right? What is this called? Yeah, nature reserve park, yep. So vote on that. Let me know what you guys would like to see here, and I will put it in. And let's get into that milestone. So busy town is the milestone. We've unlocked the city planning or new city planning policies. New services. Level 4 unique buildings, leisure and tourism unique buildings, sightseeing bus tours, and trolley buses. We now have the ability to zone oil industry specialization, tourism specialization, which are high density buildings. New policies, which I have not touched on policies. I think we will down the road in the series. And roads. And more roads and more roads. I love roads. We're going to use some of these roads. We have a hospital, oil power plant, fire station. Tropical garden is a really nice park. I'm going to use that. Police headquarters, a bus station. So a bunch of these buildings that we have unlocked. Oh, fish farm. Oh, and then we also unlocked, I think we unlocked everything from the Modern Japan content creator pack, which I have. So that's what these buildings are, the city office, district, all that stuff. So cool. All right, let's come. There they are. So this roundabout right here. Oh no, are we going to get rid of these guys? Come on. Whatever. Didn't think that would happen. And then over here in this one, I'm going to put it on with the 4-lane road with tree, which looks even nicer than what we had there before. Really bummed that we dezoned all these buildings. I did not think that would happen, but this looks really nice. I think a bonus would have been to maybe not have the street lights. Huh. Oh well, it is what it is. We could have put in our own streetlights, by the way. But what we're going to do now, though, is going to put one of those in the center. And let's try. A little bit of an overkill, but not bad. I like it. So I didn't even realize it, but I zoned this area right here. I demolished all the buildings and dezoned it, but I wanted some schools here. And that, yeah, that's the area. Let's go ahead and do that before we forget yet again. And I think that this European high school would fit here really nicely. But I think we're going to have to rework this just a little bit. So if we come to there, cut that. Join up right there. I think that should give us enough room to put that in. Perfect. Just like so. And we didn't really need it, but I think it's nice to have it and just be prepared for expansion and the additional demand that is going to come. And then I also don't want to zone anything there or there. Over here we can, since it's a different type of a high school, let's give them a tennis court instead of a basketball court. Yeah, I think that should work just a-okay. And then over here, let's use this new park that we unlocked, the tropical garden. Perfect. And that gave a whole one happy face. Wow. I didn't think that would have that small of a radius for it, costing 6,500. But okay, we'll have to supplement it by placing a dog park somewhere over in this area. And would you? Perfect. It'll fit right there. That'll connect all of that, make all of those folks happy. So then all we really have to worry about is putting a dog park right there. I think I zoned here. I did. So that'll get power as soon as we get additional zoning there. And then here, because we have the high school, let's see if we can give them a nicer pathway. What if we do that? Yeah, that works. That works to prevent all future zoning. We are going to do that as well. Would it make sense to go around? Could we connect? Sure. So there we go. Something like that. Quick little pass through there if you really wanted to. And then possibly one right there as well. This is a little bit wonky here, but that's okay. And then what I really wanted to do is put in some trees right here because, well, high school's there. And while it is a friendly neighborhood high school, I think a little bit of seclusion from it is not a bad idea. So something like that. Later on we'll fill everything in with those additional trees. And I absolutely forgot about our commercial demand, so I'll zone the rest of that and hopefully that'll be sufficient. And then before this episode drags out to be another 45 minutes or so, I'd like to talk to you guys about what I have planned right here. So we have 141,000 in the bank right now. We've saved up some money. We're getting more income as well. So I wanna add more of the crop fields, as I mentioned. We're not gonna unlock the medium ones until we place down more capacity for workers. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put in 3 more, and I think that should be the distance if I recall correctly. So we'll put in 3 more. Yes, it's gonna be pretty dense, but I like it that way. Perfect. And I'm gonna turn off, well, I'll turn off one of them. So that should get us additional workers in here. And again, I'm diverting from my plan. So we can have 340 workers. We need 350 to next level, so we'll need 1 more. We are gonna need 1 more, whether it be an animal pasture, which I think it should be, or maybe 2. So 1 there. And 1 there. Maybe a little bit separated. Should work. Let's see, where are we at now as far as workers? Perfect. We have the ability to have 390. We need 350. So I think we should be good. But let me tell you about my plan here. So we have these new processor buildings unlocked, which are the flour mill and the cattle shed. They are polluting buildings, as we discussed. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to place them anywhere right here, because we worked really hard to get rid of all of the other polluting businesses from this area into another part of the city. So what I'm thinking about doing is buying this additional tile right up here. Okay. And let's prep the area. Get rid of all of the trees. That's me prepping the area, by the way. And then I would like to place these buildings somewhere right here. Naturally, we're going to need access to it, so a bridge from here wouldn't be a terrible idea. I think right here would be perfect, since the river kind of narrows already. But I am going to save that for the next episode. So what I'm going to do in between episodes is I'll kind of work on it a little bit. I won't place the buildings in. I might test fit them without saving to see what it looks like. But I think that's what I'm going to do in the next episode. Before we end this one, though, let's enable that. These guys are needing additional crops, and I think we're doing okay. We've zoned a good chunk. We've reached the milestone. We have expanded on our farming, which I think just looks really cool. I love farming aerial views. I was looking at it on Google Maps the other day. I think they're awesome. And I think we're going to make our farm just as awesome as some of those on Google Maps. But I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, be the best that you can be in everything that you do. And I'll see you guys on the next one.